What's up you guys, it's Mopi. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience during All-Star Weekend because there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened. To start the trip out, Jesse, James, and I went to LA to go to this Under Armour event, but that didn't really end up working out because we were under 21 and we couldn't get in. How we were invited to the event without anyone knowing that we were under 21, I don't really know, but it was cool because Jesse, James, and I, we were just hanging out in LA, walking around. The next morning I was with Chris and Jesse and we met up with some other YouTubers like Brawadis and Kais to go to the Nike event. When we got there was like this shoe customization thing. What you get to do is hydro dip your shoe, airbrush it, and like stitch things onto it. And I'm just gonna say now, mine turned out awful. Just complete trash. I'm gonna show you the shoe and then explain what happened. Okay, they're very bad and I am ashamed, alright? I am ashamed, but let me explain. The reason they came out so shit is because one, I don't really have a good vision when it comes to shoes, and two, I only had like 45 minutes. What I originally wanted to do was hydro dip just the toe and then customize the back, but after waiting an hour for the hydro dip thing, I realized once they got in the dip, it would have taken 45 minutes for it to dry, so I wouldn't even have time to like customize anything else. So with the back already masked off, I got the toe airbrushed. Now, as you guys can see, I went with black and it came out really, really bad. I masked off the middle part and then I made the back black. Now, I'm gonna put a picture on the screen of what I wanted it to look like, but I ran out of time as soon as I got the back done, so I just told him to put a blue check over here. And the funny thing is, when I asked him to do it, he was like, hey, let's change things up and put it off center. So at that point it didn't really even matter and it came out like this. Then after that, Chris and Jesse left in the Nike van without me, so that was a good start. Later that night was the Harden event. Now I'm sure you guys already seen Jesse and Chris's video, but they won that gold fire extinguisher. The first half of the game, it looked like Kick Genius was just gonna destroy Jesse and Chris, but they ended up bringing it back in the second half. And towards the end of the game, out of nowhere, 21 Savage just started performing live. Like, I knew he was gonna be there, but he just started halfway through the game. So seeing Jesse and Chris win and 21 Savage was really cool. I also got to meet Comedy Shorts Gamer, and I was in his vlog for a little bit, so here's the clip.
Go! Yeah! Yeah!
The next day, we were back at the same Nike event, and we got to go shopping in the retail store. Here's what I got. I got this very nice hoodie. I'm gonna add it to my collection. A lot of people don't know about that, but I do. I was also able to get the Kobe 1 Procho Camos. Now I'm very happy to have these shoes. I don't have very many nice shoes, so I'm gonna wear these and I'm gonna keep them clean. And I'm happy I got them. Later that night, we got to see Kendrick Lamar play live, and that was really cool too because it was like a small crowd and we had pretty good seats. But the next day was probably one of the craziest experiences I've ever had and will probably have for a while. All of us went to USC to have an interview with Hart and Demar Derozan. We only were able to ask one question for each of them, so I'm going to show you guys my two questions, and if you guys want to see the other questions, go on each person's channel because they posted theirs. So here are my two questions, and I'm going to talk about them for a little bit after.
I don't know if I drank too much milk or what, but something didn't work.
On that note, you obviously I'm a little bit shorter than the other guys.
Not to me,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it.
You look like doing well for yourself.
Thank you. I used to struggle with kind of thinking like, oh, I'm shorter than all my friends and all that stuff. I'm sure other kids are thinking that too. What would you say to any of those?
Oh man, height is nothing. Personality is the best and biggest thing that you can have. You know, you can be the tallest person in the world with the smallest personality. I think confidence is what defines you, what defines how tall you really are. So for me, it's never been a thing of my height holding me back or feeling like I'm less of an individual because I'm not as tall as others. You know, my voice, my personality has always carried me above and beyond. So I think to anybody out there that would be struggling with any type of confidence from height, just because you stand next to the taller guy, doesn't mean that you can't have the heart and the mentality of the taller guy. That's all perspective that you have to adapt. If you have it, you'll be fine forever. If you don't have it, learn to get it. It's easy. Teach yourself to simply think that you're the best at whatever you do. That's my motto.
How important would you say playing sports is early on in life to developing skills and just good work ethic for later in life?
I think it's everything, you know, because at a young age you gain the understanding of camaraderie, you know, partnership, sharing, caring for others, you know, in the forms of, you know, having teammates, you know, and that goes a long way, you know, with life skills, you know, and you gain so many relationships that come from it that last longer than basketball. So that's the great thing about it for sure.
Even just standing next to Kevin Hart, I could feel my legs were shaking because how nervous I was, and being eye to eye to him, not eye to eye. I was a couple inches tall, right? But basically, eye to eye, that made things even more nervous for me, but looking back, that made things like 100 times cooler. When it came time for the question with Kevin, I thought I was like looking around and not speaking clear, but it actually came out pretty good and he had a good response as well. Same thing with Derozan. I thought I was talking unclear, looking around. I didn't really know what to do with my hands, but both turned out really well. Here's a little video I got after the interview with Kevin.
Standing hard to Kevin Hart, or standing, I can't even speak. Standing next to Kevin Hart that entire time, I could feel my legs shaking.
You had a good. I was so nervous.
God.
Dude, you looked like you had like complete confidence in your
No,
question.
wait, I look like I
Dude, no,
confidence?
your question was good. Like,
No,
you looked good.
oh my god, my legs were jello. My legs and fingers.
I feel like my voice got really high.
Dude, I thought I was like, wait, was I looking? Was I looking at him?
Dude, I feel like also, I was like, what am I doing with my hands? I thought that the whole time.
I felt like I was looking at the ground or like looking. Wait, it was confident. It was somewhat. Okay, good.
I was still shocked I had met and interviewed both of them for like the next half hour. But yeah, that was pretty much my experience during the weekend. My favorite parts are probably seeing Jesse and Chris win the tournament and obviously meeting Kevin Hart. I want to take a second to thank all you guys and tell you guys how much I appreciate you because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today and where I am without you. So again, thank you guys so much for supporting me. Don't forget to check out the questions everyone else had for Demar and Kevin. They posted them on their channels. But that's pretty much it for this video. I was just talking about my experiences. I hope you guys enjoyed, and Mopi out.
She has a pair of space tights, probably from the future. Fire up the protein, might be the treasure looking for.